to give you the rest of June TBR. I spent the last week doing the TBR takedown, as you guys know if you've watched my previous videos, and we still have 3 more weeks of June, 3 more weeks of reading in this month. So let's get started on the books that I'm going to read for the rest of June. And that starts with 2 books that you've seen many times already on my channel. And the first of them is Anderson Harp's Born of War. This was one of the books that I was supposed to finish for the TBR takedown. It was a book that I was out of my comfort zone, but I didn't finish. I got about 170 pages into it. And I've already decided that if I read at least 30 pages of this book every day for the next 5 days, I will have it complete. So that is my plan with that one. Okay, and then the next book you've seen so many times on this channel, and I am getting to wonder if this book is just going to haunt me for the rest of my life. And that is, yes, Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, the 3rd book in the Mistborn series. I am halfway through it. I did stop when I started the readathon because it wasn't on my TBR. But I've already decided that if I read 70 pages of this book for the next 5 days, I will have it finished by Friday, and that is my plan. And hopefully I will get that done, and those could be off my TBR, and I can move on with my life. So now moving on to stuff that is new on my list, or well, there's one that's not new on my list, but that's beside the point. And the next one is, I'm really excited about this one. I've been wanting to read this book since I got it in the beginning of May, or the middle of May at the RT Book Convention, and I put it off because I felt a little guilty for not having finished the Mistborn series, and that is To Win Her Favor by Tamara Alexander. This book follows Cullen, who is Irish, and he has moved to Nashville because he wants a new start. And then you have Maggie, who dreams to see her purebred racing horse win, but you know, she's a woman and she can't do that in these times. And so it's about their story. And when I was at the convention, I was talking to Tamara Alexander, because you know, we do that kind of thing now, or well, we did at the convention. Moving on. So we talked about this book, and she said she loves their story, and so I'm really excited about getting into this book, and it's her writing is so amazing, and I'm really excited about reading some more of her stuff. So that is Tamara Alexander's To Win Her Favor. And then the next book, this one has been on my list before, but you know, whatever. And I've been rereading the Harry Potter series, and the next book that is on my list is The Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the 4th book in the Harry Potter series. And I just love Harry Potter. I really do. I know so many people talk about how it's so amazing and how it changed their life and yada yada yada. But you know, the thing is that I feel like this series is just a foundation for this generation, like my generation and you know, the generation below me. It's just books that just really shaped our lives, and it's just, I don't know, and so I just think it's just going to be a series that we're going to continue to talk about. And I'm looking forward to continuing this series because it's been a while since I read this book, and I'm looking forward to it. So that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And then the next book that is on my list is actually a graphic novel. When I went with my husband to the comic book store, because that is the thing I do now, which I don't even know how I become this person, but I go to comic book stores, and we went on Wednesday, which is New Comic Book Day, and my husband asked the owner about some good graphic novels that I would enjoy, and he picked out 2. The thing is, he didn't really ask me like what I like to read, or what I like to, you know, like shows I like to watch or whatever. He just picked 2, and one was an Arthurian retelling, and the art was fantastic. And then this one that I'm about to show you, and he said this one's actually better than the Arthurian retelling, so I chose this one, and it is Alabaster Wolves. And I'm going to just read this little excerpt about what it is. It says, For nearly as long as she can remember, Dancy Flammarion has fought monsters, cutting a bloody swath through the demons and dark things of the world, aimed like a weapon by forces beyond her control or questioning. But now, for the first time, Dancy finds herself alone and the wolves are closing in. And I have to say this is definitely going to be something that's a lot darker than I normally read. I don't read stuff that's pretty dark or scary or whatever, and I actually am looking forward to reading this. I would say that the art isn't necessarily beautiful, it's stunning. It's stunning because it's not this just like, oh, it's so beautiful. It is just so well done. Like, you can just, I just feel like you can sense her feeling in her eyes. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think the artwork is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to reading it. This is actually going to be my first graphic novel. I've read some comic books, and I've been wanting to read some graphic novels, but I just never knew where to start. And so I'm looking forward to this, and I think it's good that as readers we step out of our comfort zone once in a while, because it really does help us grow, and you just never know. You never know what you're going to enjoy. You never know, like, I don't know, it gives you a better sense of why you enjoy something and why you don't. So that is Alabaster Wolves, and just so you guys know, the author is Caitlin R. Kiernan. It's drawn and lettered by Steve Libert and colored by Rochelle Rosenberg. So that is Alabaster Wolves. And then the next book, I almost didn't pick this book up because I've been trying not to read a whole lot of books that are really overhyped because I've gotten kind of burned on them, and I just want different things to talk about in my videos. But just hearing other people's views on this book and the fact that it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, I had to pick it up, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I'm sure you've heard it about 5,000 million times. So I am looking forward to this. I do have to say that I'm not the hugest fan of Sarah J. Maas's writing. I'm one of the only people that didn't particularly like the Throne of Glass series. It didn't blow my mind away. I didn't think it was fantastic. I didn't really like most of the characters. I didn't like the story. But with all that said, I am willing to give her another chance with Court of Thorns, and we'll see how it is. And I'm looking forward to reading this. So that is Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And can I just say, that is a really hard title to say. Goodness, seriously, ridiculous. Okay, and then the last 3 books that are on my list are books for the book club groups that I'm a part of on Goodreads. The first one is The Year of Cosmere, and there's several books for June, but I'm only going to read one because I'm still reading Hero of Ages, and I'm going to be finishing that book. Yeah, so with that said, one of the books for June is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to reading more of Sanderson's writing, because he is a fantastic writer, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's YA, so I think it's going to be a little bit easier to read. And so that is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. So the next book is for the restricted section book club. That's a really hard thing to say. I've said it like 4 times and messed up. So for the summer, there are 4 books that we're going to be reading over the summer, not in a particular month. And one of the books is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. And this book is about this civilization this town called Wall, because they have this wall that surrounds them, and there's only like this one little hole that they open up every 9 years. So there's this young boy falls in love with this girl, and he wants to win her heart, and they both see this falling star, and she says, go get the falling star for me. And so he sets out on this journey to get this star, and he encounters all this other stuff, and it just sounds really fun and really interesting, and it's very short. Like, I am looking forward to reading something that's pretty short. So that is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. And then the last book that's on my list is for, I can't think of the name. It's for, oh my goodness. So the next one is for the Price is Wong's book club on Goodreads, and the book that we're reading this month is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, and I'm actually going to be listening to this book because our library didn't have the physical copy. It was checked out, so I checked out the audio of it. So I'm looking forward to reading it, or to listening to it. And yeah, so that is my forever long haul. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books that I'm gonna finish, that I have to read. I probably will not finish 9 books in the next 3 weeks, but 2 of them I'm halfway through. 1 is a graphic novel and 1 I'm listening to. So maybe it's possible. It's possible. So guys, let me know down below what you're going to be reading for the rest of June. And as always, I hope you're having a great reading month, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye! That's it, guys. It's a lot of reading. A lot of reading.